is all about you.
Baby, it's you, baby, it's you, baby, it's you.
Listen, a few weeks ago, I sold my refrigerator, good old Kenmore that I had for quite a while, and I thought it was time to get a new one. So anyway, really nice lady came by and she bought it. Well, she brought someone to come with her to pick it up, and she brought a really nice young man. And I was impressed with him. He was strong, and I asked him, I said, do you play football? And he said, no. I said, well, what do you do? He replied and said, he's a poet. Welcome to the show today, Dexsta Ray. Dexsta, I'm glad you're here, man. I went online and I looked at and I read a lot of your poetry. Dude, that's amazing stuff.
Appreciate it.
I mean, it really is. It's kind of like with a singer, you know, everybody can sing, right? You know, and then when you actually hear them, it's like, you know, you're good, you're not, you're good. You're good, dude, with poetry.
Appreciate it.
Very good. And how long have you been writing?
Man, I started writing when I was 15 years old, man. And, you know, rather than a means of just self-expression, I started to look at it as a means of progression.
Yeah.
I figured that, you know, as a human race, you know, it can help us progress. You know, it could potentially lead to greater moves and things. So that's pretty much.
Who inspired you?
I would have to say Maya Angelou, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson. You know, just I looked up, you know, to a lot of those.
You know, what I liked about, and I learned more about Robert Frost during the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, because during the ceremonies, they used a lot of his quotes. And it was like, wow, that really fits those things. Maya Angelou is absolutely amazing, you know, and it was so classy. I thought of President Clinton at the time of his inauguration, you know, and that was kind of like a first, you know, for something like that to happen. And but she is amazing. You're amazing, and you now when you begin to write, how do you know? I mean,
it just comes to me, man. Sometimes it'll be like a stream of consciousness, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes to me, I write. I write from the heart. You know, I speak very sincere. I believe that authenticity and transparency is very important as a writer. You know, so that's pretty much what I base, you know, all my material around. Just being as open and honest as I can.
Now, I noticed you on Twitter. Dude, you have not a few hundred, you have a few thousand followers. Now, there's a lot of people that really, and the majority of the things you post is about your poetry. And you have a lot of following on that. I mean, there's a lot of people that like that.
Oh yeah, that's a blessing, man. Actually, it didn't happen overnight though.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears. You know, and I finally, you know, I say for about 5 years, you know, that's pretty much what it amounts to.
So when you, I mean, do you do readings? I mean, do you go and do you have that opportunity? Is there a venue around that you can go and read a lot, or is it just mostly online right now? You know?
Well, at this point, you know, it's mostly online, you know, at the moment. But, you know, I plan on trying to progress in other ways. I do plan to expand and, you know, get my hands in some of everything.
Do you have people that approach you and say, you know, this would make a great song? Because that's exactly what I was thinking when I read a few of your poems. I was like, golly, that would make a great song right there.
Well, you know, not really. You know, people didn't really just come up to me like.
Wait till the right person sees that.
Yeah, I'm still establishing myself, you know, as a notable poet. You know, I'm still trying to get my vision, my message. You know, I look at poetry as more of a vehicle. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not the destination, you know, but it's just a means to greater moves. And that's how I looked at it. You know, I'm pretty much working up the steps, you know.
You know, I've had a few singers on my show already, and I've approached them and showed them some of your poetry and stuff. I was like, I'd love to see if you could put this, you know, so maybe I can merge you guys together and y'all can collaborate and come up with something.
Sky's the limit,
man. I love stuff like that, dude. I love finding people, unique people, and you're one of the most unique people I mean, it's just, you just threw me for a loop when you told me that you love poetry, because I definitely connected you to like football or sports, you know, or you know, and and then you threw me for a loop on that, and I was like, yeah, poet, huh? So then I went and read your work. And I'm just being honest with you. I
Oh,
went and
yeah,
read it,
I
and it was absolutely wonderful.
And I appreciate it.
What's the goal? I mean, I know
Oh.
you like to write. You're going to keep writing. Are you going to put a book together, or or?
Well, I'll tell you what the future holds. I know what direction I'm heading in, and that's towards anything for the progression that's us as a people. That's pretty much what I'm all for. That's the goal of my mission. That's everything to me. The revolution.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep that spirit going. If I could do it through poetry or through any other art form, I'm all for it.
Right. What do you mean when you say the revolution? Do you mean bringing people together?
Unity.
It's just how and I don't mean to bring up negative things, but there's things like in Ferguson and all over, and it's kind of like, the sad thing about the news media today, a lot of them, not all of them, but some, and even individuals as well, is when something like that happens, it's like, oh, the blacks hate the whites hate the blacks,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
like that.
And I'm sitting here like, that is so not not real. I mean that, to me, of course, this is my opinion, I've just always looked at a person as a person, I mean,
that's what it's all
I don't
about.
care if you're black, white, straight, gay, whatever, if you're nice, you're a nice person. If you're bad, you're a bad person. It's not just because something happens, or all police officers are bad, or all black people are bad, or all gay people are bad, or whatever. I mean, it's that individual thing. So your poetry, and the reason I bring that up is because some of your poems, they kind of highlight on some things, and I related it personally to some of the issues that are going on in the world today.
I speak generally about a lot of societal darkness and things of that nature, because like I say, you can see it in the world everywhere we look. And, I feel like there's so much darkness, we need that we could be a light. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where I'm going with that.
And to be able to express yourself like that, to write, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I am not, well, I am now, but at a few years ago, I did not consider myself a writer. And I had a relationship that went bad, and I woke up one morning, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I started writing. And next thing I knew, I wrote this entire poem, which I eventually turned into a song, into a script, and then made a movie. So I say that because poetry is strong. I mean, it really is powerful. And I know a lot of people out there are probably thinking, well, that's cheesy. I don't care how you take it. It is. And reading some of your stuff, it was like, and I say stuff, I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
This wonderful writings. And it's like, my gosh, there's a lot of things there you could just relate to. And it's, poetry is something that I pray people don't let go
Just
to the
write it off.
wayside. And that's why I'm impressed with, number one, that you're young and you love doing something like that. Number two, you're so passionate about continuing it on in the future, continuing to make it even better and bigger in your life and touch so many people out there. I know that's your goal, and to keep it going. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want you to read one of your poems.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
All right.
This is Roy Kirkland. Want to be a sponsor on The O-Roy Show? It's easy and affordable. Contact us now, and remember, it's all about you.
Any fool can start a quarrel. I seen it before. At dark tomorrow, these kids, after leaving the store, what parts of bottle thing is, they won't care anymore. They have no inhibition, and I won't blame them here. I was once in this position. Painstaking, this one kid though, crazy game banging, stayed waving his gun. It smoked greatly, just came from the takeaway, son. Just turned 18, they can think about making the run from all hatefulness, but Satan doesn't want him to go. There's a whole other way he doesn't want him to know. Now you can place the blame on fate, but we all play a role in what the baby see today and even say down the road. Here's a culture teaching hate, so his comrades came, they have a proposition. They'll be cruising the block and spot some opposition. Are you moving or not? There is an option given that implied choosing to come, or he is not authentic, so he went and entered the car. They have some Glocks position, pulling up to see a brother in the shopping district. If anything, he is thinking it's a rotten mission markedly because they knew the villain had no problems with him, so he had decisions to make. Ruminating disposition to consider the stakes. He should probably just desist from this and get on his way, but then he never hear the end of this, a glimpse as a lame. But this time he overcame all of Lucifer's lies, so he left them in that car and he chose his own life. They might have judged him, but he finally learned to use his own mind. So when he left, they drove off approaching this hated target. What they didn't know, the brother's observation was sharper, smarter. You can hear a car start in the opposite parking lot, so the children moved up with the guns pointing out. Swerving, cussing, dude, what are you gonna do now? They didn't see those other two cars looping around before they even make it to them. They'll be shooting the rounds. Now he could see this, but he wouldn't take a look at the scene. He kept walking straight ahead. See, that could have been he. Any fool can start a car, but it takes a man to walk away, especially in the wicked land of these confounding days. We don't seem to understand that we are, how to say, claiming we are working for the Lord, but actions bound to say it. This goes out to the younger ones, the new generation. Any fool can start a quarrel. Don't listen to society. Think for yourself. Good. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank y'all.
Welcome back. We got Dexsta Ray here. That was a beautiful poem.
Any fool can start a quarrel.
Any fool can start a quarrel. What inspired you to write that?
Well, man, I wrote that poem, man, because I see in society so many individuals feel as though they have something to prove. You know, a lot of younger individuals feel they had a point to prove, and that, you know, you're a tough guy for you know, entertaining foolishness and all that. But I'm letting them know that any fool can start a quarrel. It's so easy, you know what I'm saying, to get involved in foolishness than it is to just walk away. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I've seen a lot of that happen, and you hear about a lot of those things happening. A lot of people, they've got to be tough, so they got to stand the ground, you know, whatever, you know, and it's kind of like, just walk away, just go, live.
Pride, man.
Live.
Pride.
It is.
Pride.
And that's what I picked up from that. I'm like, gee, people, listen. You know, just, you know, when we all get involved with that sometimes, even with an argument, even going to a restaurant, we're treated badly or something like that, you know, and it's so hard to just kind of just let it go, you know. Express yourself in a different manner, you know.
Amen.
If somebody's rude, whatever, you know, go back.
More constructively.
Yes.
You know, the things society do don't have to dictate your personal actions. You know, I feel as though we could think from the reservoir of our own minds, you know, instead of doing, you know, just listening to what other people have to say and reacting to that, being such reactionary. That's my thing.
See, watching you perform that, I mean, it's almost like, I mean, it's like a song. And you're real passionate. It shows in your face. I mean, it was just like, I mean, that's just one of the. How many poems have you written?
I'm approaching 250. I told I have like a total of 246 right now, but
that's amazing. 250.
Yes.
Okay, when one of our producers was talking to us, Will, and he asked you, it's like, what do you carry around? Like when you get ready to start writing, do you have a pad with you or?
Well, right now it's a 3-ring binder that I have, you know, 3-ring binder, and that's pretty much where everything starts at.
It's so funny because I go back and I've got a box of all the stuff that I've had from the movies that we filmed and the scripts that I've written and things like that, and I see on the back of even some Georgia Power bills or something, I have an entire scene written down. So it's kind of like with you, I mean, if you don't have your pad with you and something comes to you, you just grab.
Closest thing I can find. That's pretty much how I go, the closest thing I can find. You know, you can't afford to let idea get away from you. You know, we have to hold on to those.
All right. Do you have a website? I mean, what if some of the guests wants to go online and read?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of websites, not personal websites, but I'm on wikinet.com. You know, I'm on, you know, poemhunter.com. Okay. On the Dexsta Ray.
We'll post those on this interview as well. We'll have that on there so people can go there and click on it and look at it and stuff. So
that'll definitely work.
I want to have you back on my show soon. Seriously.
Hey, I wouldn't mind, man.
I want to see some of your poems become songs too. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I've definitely been, you know, contemplating expanding a little bit on in the future, you know, but who knows, you know.
That's right. Well, look, thank you so much for being on my show today, man. I am honored to have you on.
Thanks for having me, man.
And I am so glad to know you, for real.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you so much for watching. Check this guy out. He is amazing. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. And remember, it's all about you.